the Southern Conference on ESPN. Welcome to Greenville, South Carolina. It is ESPN College Football presented by BMW. The VMI Keydets are in town to take on the second-ranked Furman Paladins. Last week in Chattanooga, Tennessee, the Furman football team won at the Chattanooga Mocs as quarterback Carson Jones found running back Wayne Anderson into the end zone for the touchdown, giving Furman a 3-point win on the road against the Mocs. Here are the updated standings in the Southern Conference entering today. Furman in first place of the league, a 6-0 record in conference play. Meanwhile, VMI towards the middle of the pack with a record of 3-3. And with that, a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Brock Bowling, Cole Neely with you. And Cole, with that win last week, Furman clinched at least a share of the Southern Conference Championship. A win today by the Paladins, and they will clinch the outright Southern Conference title.
Yeah, Brock, this is a very big game for the Paladins, okay? They need to secure this win. You do that, it kind of helps you out with kind of staying at home for the playoffs. That's something that they're playing for. They want to make that national championship appearance. They want to be able to have that going in. They want to have that momentum. When you look at VMI now, talking about that team, they're getting better week by week. This is a very dangerous Keydet team, and they're looking to get a big win today.
Let's take a look at a couple of players to watch for Furman today, led by quarterback Carson Jones. Came in as the backup for Tyler Huff last week. He went out with an injury, and Jones played well.
Yeah, the coaches, they love Carson Jones. Everybody in the building's been talking about his arm strength. The Paladins are really excited to be able to have that threat to push it down the field. We're going to see a lot of deep balls coming soon.
And keep an eye on number 9, Wayne Anderson. He's been a good running back and wide receiver for this team.
Yeah, Wayne Anderson, that's the Mr. Can do it all. I mean, talk about great running back and then also very elusive, comes out of the backfield receiving as well. He's going to be a very key component if the Paladins want to win this game.
First down and 10. Time now for the BMW keys to the game. What do you have, Cole?
Well, one, you got to put the heat on Carson Jones. So here we go. This is a good example of doing that. This VMI defense, they need to simulate some pressures, okay? Find ways to confuse that offensive line. Find ways to get after the quarterback, cause those turnovers, and make the young quarterback stress out. And then for Furman, for once, you just got to dominate at home, okay? They've had 2 straight home games where they have not played up to the level that they're capable of playing at. This would be a good test for them to see if they're really worth that number 2 rating. In here already, just finding your receiver out there, just hitting the curl. Since they're bringing all that pressure up front, they're sending those linebackers on those blitzes. That's going to leave the curls in that kind of hitch area in the zone coverage. That's going to leave that open, and that's just an easy pass for the quarterback to complete.
And Furman strikes first on senior day in Greenville.
Well, let's talk about the play right here. Really good job on the play fake action. And then that's a big boy catch by Mason Pline, the 6'7" tight end. Makes a heck of a catch. They're right there in coverage. Really great coverage. I mean, you couldn't have played it any better as a defensive back. But still, really good ball placement by Carson Jones, the redshirt freshman, and then Mason Pline, again, making a big boy play in a big boy moment. And this Furman offense is doing something they haven't done well the last 2 home games, is start fast. Well, you talked about we had Thunder that showed up a lot early in the first series, and here comes Lightning right there. Wayne Anderson, the speed elusive threat when it comes to that running back position.
This is preseason second-team All-SoCon selection this year.
Yeah, this offense, man, they got some guys that can wheel and deal, that can get the ball moving. And then here you go. When I talk about Thunder and Lightning, you got Dominic Roberto who brings that boomstick, and then you got Wayne Anderson who's lightning and may not have as many rushing yards as Dominic Roberto, but hey, he gets over 5 yards a pop. I mean, you talk about Carson Jones, he has that ability to stretch the field with his arm, and you see it. VMI, they come out in this monster defense, really a 3-3-5. They want to have the middle of the field covered, but here comes Nick Cannon, one of the better athletes on this football team for the Paladins, kind of escapes on that post route, and then Carson Jones hits him dead on in the end zone. Beautiful play.
Exactly 5 minutes to go in the game. Furman leads it by 17 in the first quarter.
Let's see, here's that look again. Really good protection up front. And then there it is, the post route, Nick Cannon. Man, maybe we should put him. He just really kind of released out of there like he was fired out of a cannon right there, Brock.
For you, he says he likes the people he works with every day. He says Furman attracts unique people. He gets to be around quality kids, and he likes that Furman is able to compete each year for championships like his team is this year.
Yeah, Brock, when you talk about that purple, it's just not on him. It's in him. You know, that he probably bleeds purple. I mean, Coach Hendricks just loves this place. I mean, he talks very highly of the institution. It's very admirable.
First down, and they'll move the chains.
And you see VMI, they're going to bring the house here. They're not going to back anybody out. bring everybody here, and then Carson Jones does a great job just escaping the pressure. Great pocket presence, finding a receiver down the field, and there's Luke Shiflett right there. Hits him, really big play for a first down by the young quarterback. So good protection up here, four-man rush. And then right there, Colin Shannon delivers a dot to his receiver, and then kudos to the receiver for coming back to the football and make a catch on it. And then Travis Blackshear being there as soon as the ball is caught to not allow any yards after the catch. You know, Brock, kind of as an offensive lineman, you kind of get a feel for when pressure is coming. You saw when they kind of checked out whatever play they were going to run originally, Braden Gilby was going to come on the outside. You know, when they made that check, they decided, let's go for an interior blitz instead. And then Braden Gilby, nobody's there to pick him up, and he just comes in full steam ahead, makes a great sack on the quarterback.
Those offensive holding penalties are a killer.
Oh, yeah.
10-yard penalty.
Well, Brock, I'm going to give you an inside secret. Offensive linemen hold every single play.
No.
Yeah, we hold every single play. I mean, look, when you have some of these guys that are that talented, it gets hard to kind of keep them in there. It's just whether you're going to do it legally or you're not going to do it legally. I think Jack Rose was trying to score. You see the replay here. I mean, they've been kind of itching closer and closer on these punts. You know, Wayne Anderson had a great punt block against Chattanooga last week. And then now you see somebody else get a punt block here. Special teams have a very important part in football games right here. And then you see it right there. So this VMI offensive line, they've been pretty good all year in a lot of different moments. But here you're going to see Luke Clark, who's more of their speed, the power rusher. He has a one-on-one block here. Goes with the long arm, then just continues to fight when Colin Shannon starts to flush back out to the left, gets a hand in to make the sack, but then also pops the football out, and then there's a fumble. Really good job by the offensive line, just having the wherewithal to get on it. Brock, that Carson Jones young man is a dangerous, dangerous guy. I mean, great protection up front, had all day to sit back there, and then delivers a dot to Kendall Dean in the end zone, just over 3 defenders. And here it is. Just look at all the beautiful protection right there, and it just delivers it right into the hands of Kendall Dean in stride. Hey, what a guy in Carson Jones. Causes the fumble, recovers the fumble. Luke Clark is everywhere. That's more of your speed to power guy, but just wins off a finesse move, just kind of works the rip against the right tackle, gets in there, sticks his hand in and pokes the football out, causes a fumble, and then just gets right on it. Easy win for the Bandit. Tunnel screen, VMI's defense had the recognition level up, saw it, and then instantly to kind of bit down on the receiver coming in for the pass. Carson Jones making a very good veteran decision. Instead of trying to force a ball there, decides just to tuck it down and run with it. Good job by the young quarterback, still setting up your offense to get a field goal here, get those 3 points and increase your lead.
In the first half, Cole, you talked about how we have 2 young quarterbacks going at it, 2 redshirt freshmen, Colin Shannon of VMI, Carson Jones of Furman. You talked about these quarterbacks dealing with simulated pressure situations. What do you mean by that?
So simulated pressures is pretty much when you have a lot of guys kind of walk up to the line of scrimmage on the defense side of the ball. It looks like they're going to bring the house. At times, VMI did do that, but they ended up bringing those guys. Furman did a great job of it at one point where they would bring guys to the line of scrimmage and they'll back them off. That's what you call simulated pressure. It makes it look like you're going to have an all-out blitz, and then you drop guys in the coverage when you only rush 3 or 4 defenders at a time, and that's usually it confuses the offensive line, gets their blocking schemes mixed up, and then the quarterback kind of forces him to either throw the ball a little bit too soon. He gets antsy, throws an incompletion, could be an interception. It's just ways to kind of play mind games with the offense.
I remember when the Wildcat formation first started in the NFL, 2008 by the Miami Dolphins. They kind of invented that Wildcat formation. Should they call it the Dolphin formation?
I don't think we should call it that. But, you know, what you realize, Brock, this is a copycat sport where if it works at the top, somebody's going to try it at the bottom, and it'll keep trickling down all the way to the Pee Wee League.